Good evening. The class is on recording. Welcome to tonight's session. My name is Charles. I'm going to be an instructor for tonight. Do I sound professional?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Very professional, sir.
Okay.
Oh, God.
All right. I'm just trying to impress you guys, so I don't know which one.
There's no point.
Okay.
There's no need to press us. You've already done that already from the beginning.
All right. Okay.
You succeeded, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Then let's scatter project plan then. Yeah. Make I use Niger language now. Nobody time I'm going to form like say we be, yeah. Make we scatter project plan. All right. I'll start sharing my screen.
I don't know why I find it hard to download.
Okay. I need to open a new project plan. Like I said, if you want to open a new project plan, or if you already see here, click new. So I'll want to open a new project. I'll click on here. And see. Okay, start date is today is 6th, and that's it. So I'll come over here, click OK. Good. You can see now I have a fresh canvas to start this project. So, and everything here is fresh. So, yeah. So you should have all these columns in your own. So the first thing to do is to start bringing in our activities, what we are going to work on. Are we going to be on this name, this activity name? So, yeah. Okay. The data set I shared with you, this is it. This is where I'm going to be working from tonight. And if you go down the data set, you see other information I captured here. If you see here, you see resource planning and allocation for the CRM project, budget breakdown, Here we have a budget of 10,000 £10,000, and that is the total budget. But I'm going to have a working budget of 7,000, so I need to keep 3,000 in my reserve for unforeseen circumstances, so that if I slip or trip over, I have something to fall back on. So we have the human resources here. The human resources we have for this project is we have project manager, and yeah, that's the project manager. Then we'll have cost allocation, and we'll have business analysts, and we have developer. These are the people I'm going to work with. So, and we have material resources. Material resources we have here is we need to get a software licensing. So, that is it. And cost allocation here, I'm not going to use this cost allocation, so I don't know how much I'm going to use on this. So that is what I want to do here. So I'm going to delete this, because the point, what I want to do here, I want my cost. I want the actual expenditure of my own to be above the budget. So that if you are following, if you want to repeat what I do here, but the work I want you to submit is going to be the assignment. My own cost is going to be above budget, but I want your own cost to be within the budget. That is what I want to do. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
So that is what I'm going to. So because I want you people, I want you to be able to work. I don't want you to copy and paste and copy and paste. I want you to be able to think how you work within this budget. But the only thing that you are going to learn is that you are going to learn how to use this software. You are going to learn how to put the cost, everything, but use your initiative to plan as a project manager and work within this budget. If possible, work within this contingency. So this is the main thing I want you to work with here. And yeah. So I know if I work to be within this, so you see this is 1.5, this is 2, and this is here, is going to be within the budget, but my estimation might exceed this. So let's crack on. Do you have any question? I hope the instruction is clear. Any question?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay.
Please, you can't see your screen.
Yeah, if you are seeing my screen, are you not seeing yourself? Huh?
I can see it now.
So yeah, it's
you.
okay. So I'm asking you, I want to see if there's anybody who's raising a hand before I start working.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, what's your problem?
I do not need
waterproofing tape on it. It's currently on sale on Temple. This tape is the ultimate solution for
Baby, please put yourself, if you are not talking, put yourself on mute.
Please put yourself
Please
on
mute.
My question actually was when you said we have to work within budget. So I wanted to ask if we're working between the sorry, 1 minute. If we're working within the working budget or the total budget, that was what I wanted to ask.
Yes, like I said, what is supposed to be the ideal environment is we have 10,000 budget. That's what we have. But if you want to be a smart project manager, you should have a contingency plan. And that contingency plan should be, in this case, I suggested 3,000, and then let your working budget be 7,000. So you have 3,000 to fall back on if anything happens, so that you won't just run immediately to go and start begging for extra budgets. So that is the main thing I want to. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So that is it. And again, I said in my own that I'm not going to work my budget. I'm going to work. I'm going to be, in terms of budgeting, I'm going to be a bad project manager. I'm going to hit above budget. So if you are following me, then you are going to hit the rock. I want your own budget to be within the 7,000. So what I plan to teach you is how to use the software, input everything, but you need to work out to make sure your budget is within. I want you to do some brain cracking. Is that clear? Okay,
Yes.
let's crack on. So, yeah, Abba, after Abba, no more question.
Good evening, sir.
Okay.
Sir, please, the network knocked me out, so I don't get what you people are saying.
Network lock you
I
out.
didn't get. Yes, sir. At
But
the
you're
beginning of
hearing
the
what I'm
program.
saying. How can you be hearing me and you tell me you don't hear what we're saying? And you already were communicating.
Sorry.
You are in the platform already. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, when you people started, sir, the
So
network just knocked me out.
follow when you
When I
join.
resumed, I couldn't understand anything.
Just keep following where you join, because we're not going back to start.
Yeah,
Because
you were talking about contingency, something.
just keep following, and we are not going back. The question I'm asking is for those who followed from the beginning, not for people that are joining. So put yourself on mute, please, before I will try to put you on mute and remove you. So, yeah. So I'll be jumping between this and this. So the first thing I need to do is to pick this. I have to pick my work from here. And I need to copy it. So I forgot to tell you people about this. This is, if you see here, we have two sheets here. This is the tax sheet I created on that sheet here, on that table and that sheet. So if you can see, we have two sheets here. This is a resource table. So, and yeah, so. So you make use of this as well. So you are going, just keep following me, just to show you this. You might not know you have it. So I've copied, coming here to paste it. So okay. Okay, you can see here, I've posted this. So, and yeah, so I need to add another. Yeah, so here I'll call it initiate. Initiate. And then I'll come down here under initiate. Okay. Over here, I insert another row and I'll call it planning. And then I'll come over here. I'll insert another row. I'll call it execute. And I'll come over here. I'll insert another row. I'll call it closure. Okay. Closure. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I want this to be the main, I want initiate to be the main stage or phase in this. So I will use what we call indentation. Indentation. So I will, to see that indentation, I need to indent so that this one will be in bold letter and will become the main category, and the others will become subcategory. So you come to tax here, that's where you see it. Under tax here, you see everything about planning this on this worksheet, this plan. So it's tax. Come to tax, you see everything. That's all the feature that controls this. This is where you have it. If you want to do your resourcing, this is where you're going to see it. Once you click on it, it's going to bring this is resources, everything about resources. And if you click on this, you see Gantt chart, network, all this about resources. Okay. Let me select, I will control from my laptop to select all the tags I want to be. And yeah, so it's just this. And then I will click indent. You see, now this become the main category. So this, all these are now under this indent. Like if you look at our work breakdown structure, you know that initiate is the first stage. So if you want to bring it out, want all of them to be in the same area, you click out dent. So you see, they are in the same level now. You click indent, you know, so that's it. So this one, under planning, I just captured only one item, which is system design. And I'll go to indent. And then under execute, I'll select all the work I want to be under execute and indent as well. So I'll go to indent, I'll indent again. Then under closure, I'll select all the work I want to be under closure. And that is it. I will indent it again. And you see, we have a structure here. Can you see that? That is what we have in our work breakdown structure. So now we have created your work. So where you have to start planning now is you have to decide how many days are you going to be assigning for each of this work. So this is where you plan to make sure you have enough days. The project is like, say, 3 months. So you are planning to make sure this is everything, all this work is within 3 months. So, but me, because I don't want you to, I might be a bad project manager, I will use outrageous days here and everything will be, will not be balanced. So, if you go to our worksheet here, you see how many days did I allocate here? See our days of allocation. So you see, anyway, this is 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, and yeah. Well, let's see how we go. I will use my head to put something.
On F.
So,
Duration is on F.
huh?
Duration is there.
Duration is on F.
Yeah.
Duration is on F.
F.
It's on column F. That's what it's
Column F.
column F.
Okay.
Numbers of days.
Okay. I'm going to use my own this thing. I won't be looking at the work we have here so that we be faster. So, kickoff meeting, I will just I'll give it just 1 day. Then stakeholder identification here, I will use I'll give it how many days? Let me just give it 3 days to identify my stakeholders, and requirement gathering is going to be 14 days. And software selection, let me software selection. So select the software and the business case. I'll give it 6 days. Then we'll come here on the system design. I'll use 10 days to do system design. That is 2 weeks. And then customization. And how much days do I need to do for my customization? Customization is going to be, I'll give it 20 days for customization. Testing, we're going to spend 3 days doing the testing. And user training, we spend 5 days doing training. And deployment, we'll leave deployment for 2 days, case of, And then closure, sign off. Signing off, I'll give it 3 days because I want to get feedback. It's not, they need to review the sign off, and then before they submit, they have to review the work you submitted for signing off before coming back to you, and then post-implementation review 1 day, and closure reports is equally going to be, I'll use 2 days to write my closure reports, and that's it. So you see, I use my head to do this, but in your own case, I want you to have how many days? We say 3 months. 3 months, you make sure that everything you plan here is within the 3 months. So if you see here, 14 days plus 20 days plus 10 days, is how many months now? So you see, it's like I'm going to overshoot my days, more than 3 days, more than 10 days, because if we're using 3 months, that's 90 days. Am I right? Minus weekend.
Yes, sir.
90 days minus weekend. So, yeah. So it means you can not exceed 90 days. 90 days minus weekend, will have weekend that is 2, that is 3 days, 6 days weekend. So 90 minus 6, that is 84 days. That is what we have to deploy this. So it can be less than 84 days, but you can't exceed. That's what it means. So if you can deploy it before 3 months, if you can deploy it within two months, that is very good. You are going to get a medal for doing that. But as long as it's within the expected quality. So that is how you allocate days for every activity. So that is what I put. Well, you should have. What I'm the stress why I'm stressing on this, that you need to work it out before you start putting your days. So it's not that I can't work it, but I want you to have something to do, because this is the main thing. This is where you become a project manager, when you know how to do all this. So I don't want you to just copy and paste. If you are going to form a group to help you work this out, start forming it. But that is the main thing I want you to do. So it must not exceed this number of days, 84 days, working 84 days in a week for the 3 months. And then that's the next thing we are going to put here is what we call predecessor. You know what predecessor means? Dependencies. Predecessor means that some activities are depending on each other, and we have to put it. This is where you put it. The first task here is kickoff meeting. It does not have any predecessor, does it? Is there any predecessor for this kickoff meeting?
No.
Okay. So it's going to be 0. So we leave it blank. So stakeholder identification. What is the predecessor?
Kickoff meeting, I guess.
Kickoff meeting.
So we have to put 2 here. So we come here, we put 2. You also watch the Gantt chart, the way it's going to change. We put 2. So you see, this is what we call Gantt chart. You see, the moment I put 2, Gantt chart is now telling you that after this is connecting, showing you the process flow. Are you seeing the flow? That is the workflow. Then what next? What is the predecessor for this requirement gathering?
Stakeholder identification.
Stakeholder identification.
And that is 3. And yes, you see, that is how it's going to be flowing. And this is going to be 4. Yeah. So you see it, you see the flow now. That is the workflow. And here we have system design. So what is the predecessor of system design? This is the system design.
Software selection.
Huh?
Software selection.
Software selection.
Yes, please.
So we're going to put 5 here. Are we putting 5 or 6?
5.
6.
Okay.
5.
It's 5. 5.
5.
Is 5. Do you know why? This is a stage. There is no work. There is no work here. So that's why we cannot put this, because there is no work here. And the next thing is this customization. So the customization, the predecessor is going to be 7. So we're going to jump 8. Come here and put 7. Put 7 and And then we put
9.
9.
9.
And then we put
10.
10. And then we put 11.
Put 12.
And we put 12 here. Are we? Is it?
Oh, no.
No,
No,
down.
down.
Okay.
You go down. Client
Okay.
acceptance.
Okay. So then we'll put 12.
12.
Okay.
12.
Then we put
14.
14. Yeah. Good. And then 15.
15.
15. Good. So we have our sequence here. So that's what we call dependency. So we can see, if we come to our Gantt chart, let's see our Gantt chart. So come here, you see our Gantt chart. So, yeah. That's it. Want to see it very well, and that's about. So see how it flows. That is a work. That is a full workflow here. You see how it's flowing, and all this black is the stages.
The stages, okay.
Yeah. So you see some of my what? Why these blacks? So these are stages. It's not captured. So all
So
this.
can you call it milestones?
What?
Can you call it milestones?
Is not a milestone.
Okay.
Milestone is an activity. A stage cannot be a milestone. For instance, you can see this particular, you can call this a milestone, which is when you finish a software selection, or let's say business case. When you have a business case, meaning this is the end of this initiate stage, you can say that this activity is after this, we have arrived at a milestone. So you cannot call this a milestone because this is the whole, everything under this is a stage. Does it mean that the whole 4 activities here are milestones? No. So milestone is when you arrive at a particular stage. For instance, if you are traveling from Lagos to Abuja, if you reach Lokoja, you can say it's a milestone. So it's an activity here. So if you reach here, this is a stage, an action here, activity here. At this activity, once you complete this activity, you can say a milestone. So we captured only one. If we start breaking down system design, they can go up to 7 activities under system design. So, well, I just captured it like this, but I wanted something I can do within 1 hour. So that's why I compressed the work. So if you go to the work breakdown structure I showed you, you can see that it's very lengthy. It's bigger than this one. So this one is just for training purposes, for something I can do within the time I have. Okay, let's move on because of time. So yes, we've succeeded in putting the time. You don't need to put the start and the finish. Once you put how many days you want to run the activity, the system will tell you when it's going to start and when it's going to end based on the predecessor. So when the predecessor is ending, so you see this is 3 days. After the 3 days, you see 7 to 11. And you can see this one is starting on 12. So this is 14 days. If you check 14 days, 14 days is 12 to 31st. And then this one is starting on 1st of April. Can you see that? Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Are you following?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes,
if
sir.
you see here, you see that all you need is calculate how many days you think you can do this. You put it, the system will calculate it and tell you when it's starting and when it's going to end based on your predecessor. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. The next thing is to create resources. So we've captured all this column. We've touched all this full column, the name, the duration, the start, the finish, the predecessor. So what is remaining here is the resources. So before we can do this, we have to go and create a resource sheet. So we move from here, we move to this resource. You see here, that is where we are going to start. We click on it, you see that is the resource. So the resources we have, what are our resources? We have, can someone tell me? Have
Human resources.
project manager.
Project manager.
Yeah, project manager. Or let me use PM. Then we have BA.
Business analyst, analyst.
We have BA. We have developer.
QA.
And we have another one. Any other one?
Quality
So-
assurance.
Quality assurance, testers.
Quality assurance.
So
So just what is
yeah.
starting.
Okay. Do we capture testers in our yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
We have
in this
software licensing.
we didn't capture testers here, so I didn't capture them. It means that the
We have
business
software licensing.
I know I've already captured it. We
Okay.
have no testers, so it means the BAs we have to do that. Software. Okay. And now you see all these resources here, they are all work. Work means that they are human resources, but this particular one is not work. This is material, so it's different from others. Because yeah. And then the next thing is, which is very important here, is how much are we going to pay? And that is where I want you to pay attention. This is where the amount of money you pay your workers will determine. So this is where you do the arithmetic. So with what I have here, let's see. Let me see. My resource table. Remember this resource table. Before you start, you can come here, and when you finish your work breakdown structure, you can come in this resource table, use it to plan your budget before you start going to your project labor for this. So like you see here, this is what I plan to pay. 31, 61 or 71. Let me just say $30, $60, and so can we afford it? That is where I want you to pay attention. How much you can afford, because that's how what will trigger your budget, how your budget is going to be good. Well, let's get started with that. I will use 30, 60, 70 for this one. So you have to pay attention. It's okay. 30, 60, 70. And this one is going to be 1,000. Yeah. So that's it. So we are paying business. Let's see. Yeah, do this. The project manager, we're going to do project manager. 60 and give BA 50 and then give developer 70. So, and then there's something you are noticing here in terms of material resources. You can see is not, it didn't capture the rate per hour. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's because it's material. It's one of you buy it. But this one is rate, you pay per hour. So that is what we've done here. We're not working overtime. We're not going to capture any overtime. So, and we can leave it like this for now. Yeah. So we're going to go the standard rates, and everybody here are doing they're going to be available 100%. So if some people are working half part-time, for instance, some people can be available just twice a week. We can give it maybe 20%, or how many, you work out the percentage they are going to be available. But here, everybody is going to be available 100%. So
that is full time, right?
Yeah?
That is full time. Working
yes,
full time.
Yes, full time. Everybody is full time. Nobody is working part time. So if they are working part time, you decide the amount. If like some people can tell you, I can only work twice in a week. So you decide how many hours they are going to be available, or period within the project. Decide whether it's going to be half shift or full shift. So, and that's it. So with this, we can start planning, assigning resources. At least we'll have standard here, standard rate. We can, if we decide to do overtime, then we can come and put the overtime rate. So whatever you want to pay overtime rate, you put it here, but for now, no overtime. So let's be fast because of time. So then now we have basic resource plan sheet here. In this our sheet, the resource sheet. So this is basic. So we go back to our task and start signing resources. We come back to our task here and go back to Gantt charts. So this is what's remaining here. So to assign resources, yeah, and kickoff meeting. Who is doing the kickoff meeting?
Project manager.
Good. So now from here, if we want to assign resources, there's two ways we can assign resources. If you come here, you can double click, or you can come over here and assign the resources. The first one is going to be a double click, so I will double click. You see, when I double click, it comes with here. So this here, you see, general, predecessor, resource. You come to resource here. You click on resource. You can then assign resource from here. So from here, if you click here, you see, you can be able to assign resources. So I'll click here. And you see PM. I will click on PM and I will assign. See, I've assigned and I'll close. And I hope everybody is seeing my interface.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
I'll then close.
Yes, we're seeing
And, I'll close again. So if you come here, you see we've assigned resources here. That's PM. So on this, identify stakeholders. In our last class, we said that everybody needs to be able to identify stakeholder. And let's say only business analysts will need to identify their stakeholders. Now, business analysts and project managers. So let's assign from here. Click from here. You see, we're going to, you can assign 2 persons or 2 roles in a particular task, and that's what we're going to do here. So, and in order to select the 2 roles, I do control and select 2 of them, and then I will assign. So can you see that project manager and BA are assigned? Both of them will do stakeholder identification, because even these BAs, they need to know their stakeholders. Developers, they might not need to know stakeholders. What developers need to know is the project manager they are working with, and even the BA. So we've assigned and we close. And then requirement gathering. So requirement gathering is for who?
business analyst.
Okay, we say BA, we assign, and we close. And software selection and who again? Who please? Let's be fast. Huh?
Developer, software design, developer.
No, it's business analyst. I will forgive you because we've not done that. He's business analyst. Business analyst will do software selection. That what we do solution evaluation and business case. This is core duty of a business analyst.
Okay.
And we're assigning to BA, and we close. So then we'll come to system design.
Okay, system design.
System design, and who is doing the system design?
Developer.
It's a lie. It's a BA. BA does the system design because you don't know that BA is a software engineer. You design and the developers do the configuration. So you do the designing. So have you gone to building sites? How many of you gone to building construction or building sites, housing building?
I have.
Okay, who do the design? You see engineer there, site engineer.
Yes.
Current design up and down. Yeah? Have you
Yes.
seen that before?
Yes.
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 Have you ever seen the site the site engineer carrying cement, laying bricks?
No.
No.
Because he's the engineer, he designs. And who is laying the bricks? The bricklayers. They are the developers are like bricklayers. They are like plumbers. They are like electricians. Can you see the position of a business analyst here?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's a big man.
Sorry, I thought the developer is like the IT personnel.
Who said that he's not an IT personnel? Everybody there is an IT personnel. Even the project manager is an IT personnel.
When I mean IT, I mean like if it's something that requires programming.
Yeah, that is a programmer. Yeah, he's a programmer, but he's not the system designer. He's not the software engineer here.
Couldn't the project manager also be part of the system designer, sir?
He's the programmer, but the designer is the business analyst. You can call it, you call them technical business analysts. They do the design.
Okay.
So, okay. And we come here, we see customization. Here, customization and development. And this is where the developers comes in. After designing, developers take it from there. And yeah, so you see here, testing and quality assurance. Who does that?
The quality assurance.
The QA.
We don't have QA here. So because the business analyst does the design, so he should be the one to carry out the testing. Okay, user training.
Project manager and business analyst.
Manager.
Okay, good.
Business analyst.
Okay, good. So you can see that business and analysis is a lot of job. There's a lot of job for BA. CRM deployment. So the project manager and BA will both of them work together to decide about the deployment. And so we'll come to client acceptance. Client,
Project manager.
huh?
Project manager.
Project manager.
All of you failed it woefully.
Yay!
Yes, it's because the business analyst, he is the person that designed the work. So, and then post-implementation review.
That should be project manager.
Analyst.
Okay.
Both of them.
Manager.
Mm-hmm.
It's for the coach.
Something like
Both of them.
Yeah. And then project closure reports.
Project manager. And
Okay.
business analyst.
just project manager.
Okay, that's it here.
It's
So
the
you see-
project. Okay.
Project, what you can see there, you can say that project manager is not doing anything. Yeah, they are doing something because they are do you remember what we talk about?
Monitoring and controlling.
Yes, your accountability.
Yeah.
Accountable. He's accountable. He makes sure that it's done. So everything that the business analyst is doing, he's following up. He's prompting everybody here to do their work, monitoring and control. So that is what they are doing. You can think, might say they are not doing anything. They are, but these are responsibilities where they have to do this one on their own. They will. So under our racing metrics, this is responsibilities. This is not accountabilities.
Yeah.
But you can see, in terms of accountabilities, they are still part of every of these activities. You know that. But these are who are responsible for doing this. We're talking about responsibilities. So that's it. And that's we have assigned responsibilities to this. And once we finish building this, the next thing you need to do is what we call baselining. That's what we call baseline. Once you baseline it, it means it becomes, before you baseline, you have to submit it for approval. Once it's approved, the stakeholders are happy with this plan, then you baseline it. That is going to be versioning. That's a version control. It's going to be version 1. If anything happened that you did amendments or you add some, maybe here you add some other requirement to be done here, then anything you alterate here, any alteration here, will render this particular version useless. So you have to create another. It's going to be a new version. So if we talk about baselining, you see here, we can have, this is baseline. We can have up to, you see here, we have up to 10 version of this project plan is allowed to create up to, so you can keep updating up to 10 version. That is what's here. So you can baseline the whole, or you can baseline one of these. So that is it. So that is baselining. So if you want to, once you select and say click save, it baseline it. So that is it. So let's go and look at how much we have spent here. Let me go to resource and see how, okay. In here, let's see network. See the way the work is going here. You can see when this starting and finishing, starting and finishing, starting and finishing. And yeah. So now this is our work breakdown structure here. You see, this system can create a work breakdown structure for each cell. You see the work breakdown structure? That is it. Now, you see our budget here. You see under initiate stage, this is how much you plan to spend here. If you have calculator, if you calculate this, you can see that I'm a very outrageous project manager. You see, initiate stage, I'm spending $11,120. So in my initiate stage, I've even exhausted the whole budget and even go beyond the budget. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, we can.
So I'm a very crazy.
Yes, we can.
I'm a very crazy project manager.
Nigerian government.
So in under planning stage, I spent 4,000. So that is 15,200 only in planning and this alone. So, and then plus this 15,000 plus this, I will spend yeah, that is 18,000. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So that is why I say follow my teachings, but don't follow my behavior.
Okay, sir.
So,
This is called project management.
so you can see. So what I've done here means that if you start spending money the way I spend money, you are going to get a sack letter. But what you need to do is try to be prudent. So that is where the work assignment comes in, not to be like Charles, which is an outrageous project manager. So you come to this, let's go to resource.
Sir, I noticed that there is no summation there for the total amount spent.
Summation.
Yes.
See, resource breakdown structure. So this is everything here. That is what we are spending here. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
You can see it here.
How did you go to resource?
Huh?
How did you go to resource?
You see it here. You see the resource here. You see the tab here. Are you seeing it?
Yes, yes.
That is the resource. Once you click on it, this is where I am. This is what we call resource breakdown structure. You see it here. So if you sum up all this, you can see how much I'll spend here. You know, you see this. So on all this, yeah. And then resource usage. This is where you have resource usage. We've not started doing anything yet. And yeah, so tip, if you want to do this, you see here, we didn't capture this. Can you see why we didn't capture this?
Yes.
We didn't capture
What is the material?
in our task, so it is not reflecting. Can you? Anyway, I wanted to ask question. This is not. You can see procurement is 0 because it wasn't captured.
Oh,
So,
we didn't procure anything.
So if you go back here in our plan, so we need to add procurement. Where do we do the procurement?
Execution stage.
Execution
No.
stage.
No.
No, you need procurement now to do the
We
system
can
design.
do procurement before we start the project. After designing, before we start, we can say, okay, we buy the license before we actually start. So we can come over here and add procurement. So we didn't add procurement.
That's why I said doing execution.
Procurement, you are going to add procurement after design. Well, system design, what would they use to?
You already know. Do you need to buy the for instance, now if you want to procure, or you want to implement CRM system, Dynamics 365 CRM system. The moment you procure it, the license start reading. So if you that subscription, if you subscribe for 1 year, while we are still, so if you have taken 1 month to do the design, so the license have already started reading the moment you pay. So you are wasting. So you are wasting is when you want to start configuration. That is when you designing has nothing to do. Designing is just you writing the requirements. Are you getting it?
Yeah, but I want to ask, can one now say that this where you are going to put procurement depends on the kind of project you are executing, right?
Procurement, yes. Well, it depends on the kind of procurement you are working on. This is software projects. So if you are working on a construction site, so it's still when you start procurement is when you have to start building the house. It's not when you are designing, when the engineer is designing the pattern of the house. Is that when you start buying trips of sand, cement? It's when after the design, and you go to it, that's when you even go to start clearing the sites and laying foundation. So it starts from execution.
Okay. All right. Understood.
Okay. Okay, software procurement. And see, it's going to this thing is going to be altered now. So this is no problem because we have not baselined our work. So this is going to be 7, and this is to be 8, 9.
Hello, sir.
What?
Customization and development is going to be 9, not 8.
Okay. Good. Software. Yes. And this one is going to be 10. $12.
11.
Okay, good. Okay, good. I can see we have good ones here. And this one?
13. Oh, 11. 12. Sorry.
12. Okay. And we'll come down here. This one is going to be
13.
13.
13. Good.
15.
14.
15.
Yeah. 15.
Good.
15.
Going to be
16.
Okay. So where we didn't do is this procurement. So if you come here, then we need to assign resources to this procurement. And we come here, we do procurement.
Assign resources.
Assign resources. We go to assign resources. And who is going to do the procurement?
Developer.
Business analyst.
Project manager.
Yeah.
Project manager. Project manager.
Software procurement.
So
Okay, then.
good. And then if you go back to our resource breakdown structure, let's see. And you can see that procurements now have some money here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and if you go to work breakdown structure, network, tax usage, and here, you can see it's captured here as well. And everything is here captured. So, and yeah. So that please put yourself if you anyway, we are finished already. So but if noise is coming for your background, please, it's not professional.
Mute yourself.
So, yeah. Yeah, so and I think is now I can do baselining now. I can baseline this work now, and I'll come here. I need to save it. Come here, I will save it as entire, and I'll select here is version 1, and I'll click OK. And if I want to clear the baseline after saving it, I can come here and clear the baseline. So here you see changes here. You mean this is now saved. You see, can you see all these the changes in this Gantt chart so that it has been baseline. So and this is what we've done here. We've planned this project. So I want you to create your own project plan and make sure your budget is within the working capital. So if I'm you, let me give you expo what you have to do. If you come to this place, go to this. From here, you see I'm overpaying these people. You can come here and be paying them $12. These people can even pay them $10, $12. You see what they are paying some project managers in Nigeria. You know, some of them are getting even $10 an hour. So you too can pay like that, as long as. So it means that if you are based in the US, if this is a UK project, or let's say this is a US project, and you cannot get enough people to do this work in US based on the amount of, you can come to Africa and be hiring people and be pay them $10 an hour. Clear? Yeah, that's why you see a lot of work in Upwork. That is how this Upwork job, you are seeing them. When they give them this kind of budgets, and they can, this is what they are paying project managers, business analysts here in UK and America. But if you hear you cannot pay this, then you have to go and look for where you can get cheap labor and do the work. So that is where we are going to end it. And yeah, so you can start your work now. So at least with this, you should be able to have a clear plan on how to plan a project and get it well. So yeah, so I'm not going to take any question from anybody because we're interacting, and I have another class. I don't know how
So you mentioned something, but I've forgotten. I just want to confirm.
Well, I have another class in 5 minutes. So
Please, the duration of the project, how many days? I forgot. You mentioned it, but I've forgotten.
90 days. 90 days.
3 months.
90
days
minus
Yeah, 90 days.
Thank you.
Because
Thank
of
you very
the
much.
because of the what they call it, the weekends.
90
It's
days.
84
working days. It's 84 days. 84 working days. You're working with 84 days.
And Silver, how far?
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Charles is out.
Yeah.
Please, let's keep it informed.
It's not 84 days, because you have 2 weekends. You have Saturday and Sunday. That's 2 already. In a month, you already have 8.
It was where my place your word because you only
When are we to submit?